Do you know they got ignorant my DM talking about I broke the code? Talking about I got down on the white people. Nigga, ain't no gangster shit. Ain't nobody pull no straps on me, nigga. This is a contract. If you don't abide by the contract, you get sued. That's business. That's how this shit goes. Y'all some ignorant motherfuckers. It's just like a record contract. If you sign a contract and if you don't abide by that contract, you get sued. Y'all think I'm too gangster to sue, motherfucker. Man, y'all some ignorant motherfuckers, dog. Nigga, you don't abide by that contract, you ain't sued. Y'all some ignorant motherfuckers. Same thing with the party. The motherfucker sign a contract and you send somebody some money and they don't abide by that contract, by that deadline, you sue them. You tripping, bro. Like, this business, bro. I sue 9, 10 people a year, bro. Like, alright.
Yo, it's Big Ant the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in on this heavy conversation of capital C's with Boosie being caught up in this scam whirlwind where he got with a lobbying firm and paid them to provide services for him to get a presidential pardon from Donald Trump once again. Now, I was pretty much kind of over covering it until they come with a new update. But then after my last video, people started coming at me about the telling conversation and snitching when it comes to Boosie filing this lawsuit. So I said, let me address that. But then also, I see that Plies had came in and gave his opinion on it because I didn't see that at first. So I said, why not have a stab and grab at it? And what Plies had came to the comment and said is he seen it circulating was, he been charging them boys for pardons and had y'all thinking he was just showing love. And he responded to the Laura Loomer conversation when she came out and said that he couldn't buy a pardon and said, you can't buy a pardon? Who she thinks she fooling? Then he also said, accuse your opponents of the exact things you're doing so you don't look worse than them. It's the playbook of the White House. Now, if you didn't know, Plies is heavy with the Democratic Party as in promoting them. Now, he's not a politician. He doesn't hold a political seat. It doesn't have real political power, but he's most definitely on the Democratic side. And when you have that much advocacy for the Democrats, anybody from afar is going to say you've been incentivized, you've been contacted, you're getting somebody out of that situation. You're not just jump out there going hard for the Democratic Party for no reason, just keeping it all the way 100. And now that I have the information that I have today and I'm not as ignorant to a lot of stuff that I was, I see the real in this game now because it was at a point in time where Boosie was criticizing Lil Wayne and Kodak Black for endorsing Trump. But now he will be willing to endorse Trump or Biden, as he went up on Twitter and said, for a presidential pardon. And this is the way that the game works, y'all. You're going to, if you could get out of prison, use the resources and reach that you have with your connections, relationships, and finances to get something that can benefit you. Even like with Jay-Z going at Trump and MAGA recently, but his CEO, Desiree Perez, had got a pardon under Trump and them. Just keeping it all the way 1,000. And Plies can say what he want to say. If he had the opportunity, more than likely, he would do the same. But there's several levels to this Boosie conversation now as it has gotten to where it has gotten to. I told the people that, hey, what Boosie did as it paid a lobbying firm, these two dudes are known scammers and fraudsters and have been arrested for this type of stuff before. That is not illegal, what he has going on. So it's not like he went and broke the law by paying them. They would be breaking the law if they went directly and said, hey, Donald Trump, we want to pay you for the pardon. Now, the language that Boosie is using, hey, I paid for the pardon, I paid for the pardon, that's most definitely illegal. You can't go pay or bribe somebody for a pardon. But the White House has no contact with them or Boosie at all. He got finesse. He got a play ran on him. But the way that he's worded it is coming off like, hey, bro, you are breaking the law. But there is certain language and certain protocol and guidelines that you can't use in this. And it is a thing where people get scammed this way. Boosie brought it on himself because he got with these two dudes who you could have easily looked up and seen, hey, this ain't the dudes that I'm gonna put my trust in right here at all.
Two men at the center of a voting robocall scam in Detroit and other cities have been ordered to call back their victims.
U.S. District Court in New York ordered Jack Berkman and Jacob YALL to make the follow-up calls by 5 p.m. tomorrow, and the calls must inform victims that the message they received regarding mail-in voting was illegal and that it contained false information.
People was coming at me talking about, hey man, what's the difference between him and Gucci? Da-da-da. Bro, I don't be, this ain't no street gang bang, who telling, snitching paperwork party platform, bro. I just call it like it is when I see it, when it's in the news and the headlines. Boosie did not go in unless they come out and say, hey, man, Boosie, you knew we was breaking the law. Hey, Boosie, you didn't come give us legal documents and we didn't sign a contract and things of that nature. Because I did the way that Boosie was wording at one point. I was like, hey, bro, this don't sound like it's legal. That's like bribery or something like that. But under federal law, it is protected, and you can go and pay and get with the lobbying firm to put things together for you to have a presentation for a pardon. So it's not like he went in on a crime. It ain't like he reported somebody robbing him. It ain't like he reported somebody jacking him or doing some harm to him. This was a legally binding contract. But I know that people ain't trying to hear that. They want to go at Boosie. Boosie has brought this stuff on himself because of he's jumped and called everybody else, hey, you told, you ain't sticking to the code. Then he's moved the goalposts for other people in the past. I don't care about that stuff, y'all. I want that to be clear. I do believe that you should stand on being a man and what you signed up for, and you should take accountability and responsibility for your deed. And what you did, that's how I was raised, and you don't sacrifice nobody else to save yourself. I stand on that. But Boosie, him advocating so hard online for this over the years, it's going to turn into that. At the end of the day, Boosie got a play ran on him. He had the connection directly to the doggone White House with Angela Stanton King, who is the goddaughter of one of Martin Luther King's nieces, who is worked in directly with the people that's how Boosie got to the White House. So why he didn't wait it out, and she called him out about that herself, like, bro, you wouldn't put the money in these dudes' hands. And Boosie ended up getting probation anyways, and you on probation right now. Now he want this $300,000 back because of the wording in the contract. $300,000 is non-refundable. So he's like, well, hey, this mean the other $300,000 is. Boosie got, and y'all seen it online, he got that play ran on him like The Wire. I wouldn't want that to happen to nobody. It ain't right to do that to nobody, but they see them coming from a mile away. Hey, like Avon Barksdale say, you're playing them away games, man. They see your hood behind coming from a mile away, and they Clive Davis them. Hey, we taking all that paper. What you gonna do about it? We just gonna consider it a generous donation out of this situation, because they talking about they bankrupt now. They ain't got no money, and the White House is, of course, gonna say, but we don't operate with these dudes. We don't deal with these dudes. We haven't heard nothing of the sort. It just is what it is. They see them coming from a mile away. Stay on your pivot. 1,000 for shit show. More coming.